Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm now, and I have a mess on my desk because I thought I want to try to get away from the pinks and the greens today and work with some different colors. So I went through the envelope that Dagmar gave me when I bought my journal, and I found all the little blue elements she had in there, or things that will work with blue. I thought that border maybe. And so yes, I just have a big mess here, but I wanted to make sure I'm not doing pink again today. I don't know, I've been in a pink mood lately. Pink was red a week or so ago, and now it's all pink. Anyway, let's move on. Today's prompt is a flip out, and I am going to use this photo. I am want to do a spread using a quote or a song lyrics again, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs. It is The Story by Brandy Carlisle, and so I'm just going to use some of that lyrics and write it on here, and then maybe do something on the page using this photo. The lines, I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm going to tear this coffee dyed doily so that it would fit onto my background. So the first couple of lines of the story is, let me just tear this and I'll read it because I can't do two things at once, obviously. So the lines are the stories. It begins, all of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I've got where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. So I am going to add that to my journal. I think it's a good lines to add to your journal. I think that's why we journal. So let's see, what glue will I use to glue this down, because I can just think that this would cause absolute chaos with my glue stick, but that is probably the best glue to use for this, because I'm thinking it's so thin, especially after I've coffee dyed this doily, that whoops, okay, so I put the glue way too far, that if I use something like art glitter glue, I'm thinking it might, just want to get rid of the glue, it might just seep through. I want to get rid of the glue because I'm going to write there. That might not take. Okay, and then this I'll just do something like this. Okay, so yeah, anyway, so we are on, what's this, day, oh wow, it's a hot day again, so the glue stick will give me troubles. Okay, we are on day 5, I think, already. Yes, and again, I'm using this book that I bought from Dagmar. She's on YouTube as well, and I will link her channel in my description box. Please go to her channel. She's so talented. She's doing the July Junk Journal July as well. Okay, I'm sorry, this is turning out to be a disaster, and I thought that's what's gonna happen with the glue stick today because it's so hot. Okay, so my doily is down. let's work on other things. Let's see what I have here. So I definitely want to do the photo as the flip out. There is some names and things on here, but I think it's maybe French. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's French. I'm not sure. Anyway, I want to make this my flip out, and I hope it will kind of turn back to a flat photo. And then I want to maybe add this blue fabric here on the edge. And I thought I have this from an old book that I took apart, and this will become the hinge for my flip out. So that's the idea so far. That's how far I got. So now maybe I'll just glue that down, and then it's down. And so let's see what my fabric tag does on this warm day. It's like the glue stick goes crazy and the fabric tag does not want to come out at all. It's like the fabric tag goes thicker with the heat and the glue stick goes almost like a liquid paste with the heat. Okay, so that will go on there, and then I think I'm gonna glue this down. Maybe I won't glue this down yet because I want to do something for the background. I might want things underneath this. Not sure yet. Okay, so let's work on that. For the background, I have several things here. I have some fabric here that I was thinking I love toile, especially in blue. Maybe if I have him maybe up there, kind of looking down on them, that might be nice. Not that high up. Let's see. Can always get rid of some of that fabric. Something like that. Okay. And I have some just leftover pieces. Remember, this will flip over, so if I have some of this kind of sitting here loosely, there's an old piece of maybe from an envelope, not sure. And this, not sure where this came from either, but maybe I can add this in here somewhere. Okay, and then this will come on top. And I have these were hydrangea flowers that I took apart. You know, just the probably cheap ones from Michael's or somewhere. I was thinking if I have them something like this in here. Okay, something like that. Okay, something like that, and then when my photo flips out, it would kind of look like they're coming off the photo. I do like that. Okay, then can always add something like that in there. Oh, and I found these very old South African blue stamps. This one says 1980. This one must be older. Wow, this one must be really old. That might be an option to add in there somewhere, since the queen has been following me everywhere. Or maybe this. Well, I think I like the solid blue more. I think this one is too big, and it's a soldier. I don't really want that. Okay, so we'll do that, and then Dagmar has this little oval here. Okay, let's start gluing down. So what I thought before I glue down anything, maybe I want this more ruffled out, you know, take some of the threads out of my fabric. Okay, and then I want to just very roughly, and I want the knot to kind of show, just do a stitch on here just for, because that is very white, just to add something on there. Yes, how have you guys been doing? I feel tired again today. It's been, I don't know, it's just been so busy the past couple of days. Lots of things happening. Trying to get back to a normal after the long weekend. That's always a thing. We had Canada Day here on Saturday, on the 1st of July. And then I want to make sure it kind of comes up. Then we had a vacation day on Monday. So I don't know if it's a short week. I'm always kind of off kilter for the rest of the week. I'm wondering if I want a second row on here. I'm going to make like a really messy knot in here. I want it to kind of show and just be very messy. Maybe just get my glasses off because I can't see close up with them anymore. I am at that age where the glasses just don't do it anymore. I think I need 4 or 5 pairs to be able to see everywhere I need to see. So I'm going to start with another messy knot here on the bottom and just make a second row, and I don't want them to line up, so I'm kind of making sure that they're all a little bit off from that stitch there. Okay. That just gives it oh, I shouldn't have cut it off. I haven't done the knot yet. It's all good. Let's see if I can get the knot in there. Okay, it worked out well. Okay, stitches are done, and so now I'm thinking I'll glue this down because I am going to add the fabric on top of this. I wasn't sure. I'm just going to use the art glitter glue for this. There's my wipe. Maybe I just want to move it onto the fabric a little bit more. Okay, there. I will cut this off. I probably should have torn it off. That might have been. Let's tear it quickly. Okay, there. And then that would be the hinge for my photo. And I'm going to add this on here. Just see again if I have it on the right spot. I do want some of that, and I want this frayed way more. So I'll have this sitting here, and I won't mind if the fabric, I would actually like the fabric to show, so I think that is the perfect spot to put it. So let me fight with fabric tack, my fabric tack, and see if I can get it to cooperate and flow out of the bottle. Oh, you would think that this would get runny too with the heat, but apparently it doesn't. Okay. Just want to smooth it out. I'm just using my finger because otherwise sometimes I find that it does leave a bit of a mark. This is nice thick toile fabric, so I think it probably would have been okay, but you know, better safe than sorry. Okay, so then I want that side on the top. I'll glue this here. Where did I put that other little piece of just want something pretty to look at when I take, you know, when I flip open my photo. And so we'll have this sitting here on top. How am I going to glue this on? Fabric tack again. I am trying to avoid the fabric tack. Okay. And again, I'm just smoothing it out because especially with the cheesecloth, it might show up a little bit. And I don't want it to be too flat. I want it to lift up and just have some movement. Okay. What was we going to do next? Okay, so now I have my photo hinged on here. And let's get the position of these in the right spot. What else do I have here? All kinds of little things. How am I going? Look, I have to fight with the fabric tack again. I want to get them kind of in quarters with the leaves not totally overlapping and being too flat. Something like that. Oh yeah, it's just, I don't know, why are lives so busy? It feels like at the end of the day I got not half the things done that I wanted to. Of course, I'm always very optimistic, thinking I'm gonna move the earth and do all kinds of things, and it never realistically will happen. But you know, why not be a little bit optimistic? Okay, so the photo, let me just glue the photo on. Why am I not doing that? And then I know the photo is fixed. This is where it's going to sit. And so this is one of those original photos that we bought when we went, my friend and I went to across the border to the US to buy some, to go to like a town-wide garage sale. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. So yes, now I have a lot of photos that I can use and not feel like I don't have enough, and I need to keep them for some weird reason. Don't ask me why, it's just how it works. Okay, let's see if we kind of have these underneath the cheesecloth peeking out there. This one, wanted to kind of make a little corner there. Okay, so I'm going to glue those down. I probably could have used the fabric tack as well, but like I say, I'm trying to avoid fabric tack today. Before it glues down, I want to reposition that a little bit. Okay, and then I was thinking just to add a little something here. I'll do maybe something like this. I have some lace here. And what am I going to do with this? I feel that it, oh, I do have two here. Maybe I'll do two and put a little French knot in the middle, maybe. Let's see. Okay, now I've done a very ugly knot when I didn't mean to do an ugly knot, but it's all good. So let's see if we can add just a little bit of detail here in the middle. And I have not a lot of thread on here. Maybe I should just not try to mess around and get enough thread. And it looks like, because they've been connected with that plastic thing in the middle, the hole at the back there is very I'm going to add some lace in the back just so I can get my thread through. The knot would stick, and maybe I should do okay, it is, I'm just playing around here. Okay, let's see if the knot will stay. Yes, it's working. Okay, so I'm just going to do a French knot, and this is kind of difficult because it's a very small little flower and it does not want to stay in one spot. So let's see if I can make a decent French knot here in the middle. And I think one is enough. Okay. Okay. I wonder, do I want to cut that? It's kind of just messily. Is that a word? I'm not sure. But a messy cut there. Okay. I am pretty happy with that. Just here, I'm not sure I like what's going on here. I have this little heart as well that maybe I should just add in here just to cover that little bit of, yes, I think so, just to cover that ugliness there. Okay, so what needs to go down first? Dagmar's oval. And I think this is German. On the back it has that beautiful German script. Dagmar's oval, and then we had the lace, and I'm thinking I'm just going to put the lace down there, and when I'm going to glue the stamp down with art glitter glue, which is total overkill, but it will also glue down the stamp in the background. And then the heart, I kind of want it to touch my stamp. Okay, so now I have to fight with my, see, it's so hot, the glue just immediately, even the fabric duck almost immediately just dry. Okay. Let me know if you have any tips on how to get the fabric tag to not get so lumpy and kind of thick. I do want to be able to still see that that's a heart. So I don't want the flower to be covering too much of that heart. And maybe I'll have the heart sit on top of some of that lace. Oh, okay, but no. Oh, okay, that was my computer. Ugh. Okay, don't know what messages are coming through on the computer. So now we have the flip over, and I am going to write my, just thinking I would like to kind of bring these two together with not sure exactly what, and if that is it. Okay, maybe I will write my words first, and then I will do the writing and come back, and then we can decide how to maybe add some blue or something on here on this side to add to the page or not. And I'm wondering, this was also a die cut from Dagmar. Maybe something like that. I actually like that. Okay, but let me finish writing and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have done the writing, and I don't know this, it's a very old paper because it has the foxing on there, but it's almost like it has a oily residue, and it was very hard to write with a pen, so I wrote and then went over with a Sharpie because the pen didn't want to write everywhere on the paper, but it's all good. It looks a little bit messy. It's okay. So what I was thinking, I want to just do something to bring these two together. So I was thinking of this, something like this maybe. And should I maybe do a stamp again? Does this look very... I'm not sure. I don't think I should do too much, maybe just a little bit of blue on here. And I do have some lace sitting here. I can always pop that behind as well, which I probably will do. And I still have some of this laced as well, which I could... No, that is too much. Okay, so let's do this first. And how am I going to do this? So let's see if I can get the position of that. And then okay, I have hid... I'm so done with the fabric tag, I've hidden it from myself. Anyway, got it. I just need to put that... I just want to glue it onto the fabric. And then I'll glue... Okay, there. And get a glue book and just add some fabric tack. It's my workout for the day almost, because it just does not want to flow. And maybe I should open the lid. Maybe there is some air trapped in there and that's why it's not flowing properly. I was just thinking about that. I can't remember who told me. Somebody told me if it starts kind of spilling over, you should do that because there's air pressure building up inside the bottle, and maybe I have the other way around this time. Who knows? Yeah, because the bottle is going on, you know, almost done. Anyway, where is my stamp and my lace? So let's just cut this lace again, kind of messily in two. Get my stamp, and we'll just have that sitting there like a little cluster. Okay, let's see if, and now it's just running out of the bottle instead of not wanting to come in. Okay, fabric tack, and I am having some issues here. Anyway, let's not. Okay, and then this. I was thinking I have enough fabric tack on here, but I'm going to add a little bit more. Yeah, now it's just oozing out of the bottle. Can't win. Okay, there. That is done. And then the other thing I wanted to do is add a little tassel on here. Dagmar sent me, there was a little baggie with shells that I would like to add with I'll have to use gold because I have a gold, not that it really matters, I suppose, a gold ball pen. And I was just thinking of maybe adding, whoops, this shell there. And I have some blue tassels here. Which one do I want? Maybe that color. Get my glasses off so I can see what I am doing, which doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay, got that through. And maybe I'll have to add one of those rings on there as well. And then I have this little container sitting here with some, oh, there's another ball pen, vintage. See, I need a little ring. Vintage buttons here. Yeah, I think I will put a little ring on my shell, but I don't like that button. It's kind of just I will need some rings, but oh, there's a little blue one. Oops. And of course the thingy in the back broke off. That was perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna make it work, even if I have to glue it on here afterwards, but let's see if I can get the ball pen through. And I'm wondering if I do, where did I find that other ball pen? Where did it go? There. So I like how that looks. And then I'll just put this through. Okay, I will add, what do you call those little rings, clasps in there, so that it would dangle a little bit more. But that is the plan. So let's do that quickly. But I am thinking I probably will need to reinforce this because it's just old book spine before I put the, see how fast these dry in the heat. Just going to put an extra piece of paper down and get my, now everything is very wet, so let's see if I can get the hole through. I don't want it too far off. Okay, and maybe I could even add some lace on here. next time we'll come back and I'll show you. I probably will add some rings on here and just rearrange this a little bit because I want that lace in the back. Okay, and we'll put this on here. Oh, this I should have done before, obviously, before I got everything else on here, but you know how it goes. You get the idea after the fact. Okay. My hand is probably in the way. Come on, don't break my spine. So why is this not coming off? Oh, it's tearing my spine. Oh, my goodness, this has never happened before. Oh. Anyway, I will come back and fix that off camera. I don't know what happened there. I'll be back in a minute. I am definitely being tested today. So many things going wrong, from the eyelets, from the pen that doesn't want to write on this paper, and then on top of it my phone's battery died. So now I'm going to try to finish the video using my phone that usually overheats. But anyway, let's just move on. I got the eyelet in there and I reinforced it with some lace here just because the spine is very fragile. I also added some rings to my charms. I added two to the two to the shell just because I wanted it to dangle, and one to that as well. So hopefully that will help to make it dangle a bit more. And I decided to put a second ball pen in there. Come on. See, I am being tested today. See how patient I am. Which, if it's hot like this, not necessarily. Okay. Yes, it's closed. So that will hang like this over here, something like that. So I'm thinking, I have this sitting here. I brought this out too, and I'm wondering if I should add this on here as well, just because I want it to hang a little lower. But I think what I need to do is just make this a tiny bit skinnier. Okay, that is not straight at all. Just shape it more or less the same. Yeah, that looks okay. And then I just want to age these a little bit, and again I'm just going to take my scissors, and then hopefully the fact that it might not be that straight should be fine. And I'm even going to just rough this up a little bit too, so the ink, because this is a little shiny, I'm not sure if the ink will just penetrate. And then we're going to ink it with a little bit of vintage photo. On the edges. On the back I can probably just do, but I'm thinking for this I might want the rest of the day will go a little bit more according to plan, but I was looking for antique linen, but I can't seem to find it. I probably still have it in my basket, so we'll just go for the brown and not fuss too much. Okay. Oh, and I wanted to do the ribbon as well. Maybe I don't even need to add more ink on here and just make it a little browner, because it is a more modern print, but I kind of like the mix of modern and vintage together. Okay, so we'll put this through here again. Yeah, there is just some days that's like that, huh? When nothing seems to go right, and it's still early days. The day has just begun for me, so we'll have to see how the rest of the day goes. So I kind of wanted to sit. Do I want it through there? I think I'm going to put it through the top one, so that if I tie it there, there's something on the top ball pin as well. Okay, so okay. And I don't think I'm even going to try to make a bow today. Just not a bow kind of day. Anyway, I can play with that a little bit more. It will sit something like that. I won't cut that off now, but something like that. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was just add some stitching on here, just to fill in a little bit of that. This paper definitely has a bit of a shine to it. So I'm just gonna put a couple of stitches through here. Not very straight, but that won't surprise me. And then just starting a little short on this side. And I want the knot on this side again, a little messy. And then I also thought I'll just put a couple of stitches down here. Again, just to repeat the same thing and just give this a bit of a border here. Don't want to go too close to the edge of the paper because I don't want to tear that. It is a little sticky down here because I had the glue here as well. Another thing that kind of went haywire. It's all good. We're almost done. messy stitching. If I wanted it to be not messy, you can always poke your holes before. You want to make sure, you know, they're all the same length and they're going straight, but I just wanted it to kind of look messy. Okay. And I think that is it. Enough is enough. Okay, so that is my spread today. The prompt was flip out. That's my flip out with all the other things in here in between. But it was actually all of this was actually about the flip out. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please go check out the hashtags and follow along with other people doing Junk Journal July. I know Dagmar is doing it as well, so I will obviously link her channel again in my description box, and go see what she's up to, and all the other participants. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.